Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm showcasing my ultimate hunter PvP build. I'm going to split this video into 3 segments. The first will cover my actual subclass, the next will cover my class item and the mods, and lastly we're going to take a look at my weapon loadouts. Let's go ahead and break things down starting top to bottom. So when I pop Transcendence, I'm mainly doing it to get a melee back instantly and also to take advantage of the increased weapon damage and DR. Players get scared against Transcendence, so it's very nice to play super aggressive with this to make an opening. Mind you, the grenade is very nice at Area of Denial, but we won't worry too much about that as it can be a little bit tricky to use and inconsistent at times. Oh my god, they're getting farmed. Yo! Is Suro's insane or what? What the hell is happening in this match, bro? Majority of the strength comes through all the aspects and fragments that we get to use. Let's go ahead and start with our dodge. Gambler's dodge basically gets us a melee energy back instantly. It makes the strength stat completely pointless, so it has a lot more value in that regard. We have the strafe jump, which is usually the best jump to use. It's just really good to kind of have like an airborne dodge, make players harder to hit you. So the first ability is going to be the snare bomb. This melee ability has gotten a buff. It traps players a little bit, makes them unable to see, slows them down, but on top of that, it can weaken targets so that all your abilities, or incoming damage I should say, will do more to that target. This is one of the best abilities to stop revive and just pretty much revive kill players. It's incredible. Down he goes. Oh no. You walked right into the smoke grenade. Are you not playing Hunter? Huh? Are you not aware of that trick? Dude, that shit is crazy how it pings the radar. The next ability is going to be the swarm grenade. This also got a buff. It doesn't do the most insane damage compared to other abilities in the game, but what it can do is the same job as the smoke bomb, where it just tags players. It's so annoying. It scorches targets, it can keep players weak and also stop revives, which makes the hunter so good at controlling those reses when it comes to a trials environment. Oh my god. Dude! No! Hunter's crazy, bro! Typically, what I like to do is throw the smoke bomb and then follow up with a swarm grenade. It's a wombo combo, and you can usually get some free kills with that combination. The swarm grenade cooldown is very generous, and considering that your dodge can get you a snare bomb instantly, you pretty much have a really high uptime with this combination. The next 2 aspects are going to be the Threaded Spectre. So whenever you dodge, you're gonna leave a clone of yourself, which it has gotten nerfed in the past, but it still does significant damage if someone gets too close to it. Usually a great answer for shotgun rushers. Let's do some magic with the clone. Oh, that's just... Oh my god! Did he try to shoot the clone too? Oh, I'm sorry, man! And then the additional benefit, which is incredible, is that you can actually shoot it, or if it breaks, it sends out threadlings, which just further annoy the targets. The cherry on top is just the fact that it can ping the radar and just make it difficult for people to know where you're coming from. This with the smoke bomb is something we took advantage of on the Rat King build, where we're just off the radar constantly and just confusing players when it comes to reading the radar. The next aspect we're combining it with is Winter Shroud. So this, whenever you dodge, you're gonna slow nearby targets, in combination with the threaded clone is really strong because if you dodge in someone's face, not only can they not move, but they have to sit there, you know, give a hug to the clone or shake his hand, take some damage, and even threadling damage. It's not a good time for anybody that tries to rush you at close range. You poor thing. How did you guys not kill me? Hello? Was it the clone? I think he did. He turned right side. And that gave me the opportunity to just, you know, hit him a couple times back with the thorn. So as you can see, we have 2 light abilities and then 2 darkness aspects. What this does is actually helps us build Transcendence energy pretty fast, because whether we're dodging or just throwing our abilities, we're building up both sides of the meter. We're going to elevate these abilities here in a second as we keep breaking down our fragments, so make sure you pay attention. Alright, so the first fragment on this list is going to be Facet of Hope. It states that whenever we have an elemental buff, your class ability regenerates more quickly. You're going to see why we want class ability as fast as possible. It's kind of self-explanatory. Of course, we want more melees and to proc some mods, but you'll see once we take a look at the class item. Now, to answer the question of how I'm always going to have an elemental buff, we have Facet of Hope. Whenever we hit a target with a powered melee, such as a smoke bomb, which is really easy by the way, we grant ourselves Radiant, but also Radiant Orbs in the artifact can help us achieve that goal. The synergy here is that we have a smoke bomb, we get Radiant, faster dodges. The more dodges we got, the more we can proc this ability near targets and get another snare bomb. Next is Facet of Blessing. This one states that whenever we get a melee final blow, we get health regeneration. This is just really good at close range. Whenever you do manage to get a melee kill someone, get your health back. It's pretty nice. The next fragment is Facet of Sacrifice. This one states that while you have an Arc, Solar, or Void buff, such as Radiant, ability final blows grant Darkness, Transcendence energy. So this means that any ability, whether it's our Snare Bomb, Storm Grenade, Threaded Spectre, Winter Shroud, if they get a defeat somehow, this is going to be granting me Darkness energy. Because I have a Nade and a Smoke Bomb, it's pretty easy to build up light energy considering that my weapon build is going to have a kinetic primary, so obviously that means my energy weapon will be a light type. This fragment is especially deadly when you combine the Snare Bomb with the Swarm Grenade. Just doing the Wombo combo, getting a free pick with it will usually give you a good chunks of Transcendence energy, which helps you get that Transcendence bar filled up. Thanks to fragments like this, I actually found myself getting Transcendence like very fast, that it just surprised people. I had to do it. I had to do it. Don't get pissed at me. I was like, can I get an example of having the Strand making the Sever Blast, and then because I kill the debuff target, I make a free tangle, shoot it once, bap. They freaking blew him up, dude, right in my face. Bro.
What did he say?
Hey, yo! Editor, please cut that out, okay?
No.
The next fragment is probably the most insane one on this list. It is Facet of Solitude. So landing rapid precision hits emits a severing blast. This means that the targets do less damage to you, and if you happen to have a strand ability on your subclass, you can actually make a tangle out of that. It does not have to be a strand of primary type. It can be anything, including kinetic weapons. When you defeat that sever target, now you have a tangle to take advantage of as well. But the real value here is just proccing that sever on someone and then they just do less damage to you. There's some secrets with this perk, such as using Thorn, which in 2 headshots will proc the Facet of Solitude. Unfortunately, in my testing, I couldn't find other weapon types that could do the same effect. Whether it was Hawkmoon, a 120 hand cannon, it wouldn't proc in 2 headshots, so that is some hidden synergy there that I'm not sure if it's intended, but you can take advantage of it. Your Thorn severs in a 2-tap is quite wild in a gunfight. And the last fragment is Facet of Courage. Your Arc, Solar, and Void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs. So look at it this way. We can proc sever on a target, we can hit someone with a slow effect, and any target hit with that, I will throw a Storm Grenade, Snare Bombs, and it's just doing way more damage to them. One final note I'll make about Facet of Courage is that I believe this also works with the Transcendence Nade, as the first portion of this grenade slows targets and then the other one does light damage to it. To close off this segment, we're going to be using Storm's Edge as a super. It is the most incredible super in the Hunter kit right now. It gets you so many good kills. It's really difficult to shut down. So having this super constantly in a match is our goal to make sure we can get those W's. Get him, teammate, please! Yes, victory! I can't believe we won a 2v3. So next, let's go ahead and talk about my mods of choice in the exotic class item. So I have Spirit of Ophidian. This is going to make it so that I don't need dexterity mods on my weapons, nor super high handling stats on these guns. We are combining this with Spirit of Coyote. We gain an additional class ability charge. So now we have 2 clones, 2 slows, and another chance of getting another smoke bomb. This makes hunters one of the most powerful characters when it comes to dishing out constant ability pressure. With that out of the way, what about mods? So since I'm going to be dodging constantly on this character, being able to make an orb after a defeat is quite nice. Every dodge helps me get my grenade energy back, and this will be a common theme across all my other mods. I want more class abilities, more grenade energy. Better already is perfect here. If I manage to get an orb, I just start my health regen immediately. As for the chest piece, unflinching mods are recommended. These are flexible to your liking, but I'm rocking kinetic aim as I will be strictly sticking to kinetic weapons. On the gauntlets, we have a reloader mod for whatever type of weapon you use, and mods that are going to help me get more abilities back faster. The helmet is strictly focused on my weapons too, granting me bonus AE and helping me have faster aim down sight speed, accuracy, and target acquisition. The final look is pretty much this. When it comes to the stats, I want high mobility to constantly have 2 dodges, low resilience because our HP doesn't really matter that much when it comes to PvP, and when it comes to the unflinching properties of resilience, we can just fix that with 2 unflinching mods. As a PvP player, high recovery is always my priority so that when I take damage, I can regenerate faster and get back into the action or make it harder for people to clean me up. My next goal is to have super high intellect. Even if I'm struggling a little bit in the match, if I can get that super, I can help my team get a win because you can bet that the other team will have such a hard time countering the arc super. After that, invest everything into discipline so you get more grenades, and remember, strength does not matter here as our dodge will just completely negate that downside. This is a quick look at my artifact mods if you wanted to copy any of them. Alright, so the last section I wanted to cover here was the weapon loadouts. This will be a quick one as it's kind of some usual guns that I like to run. You got that trusty Matador or a sniper rifle of your choice granting you light transcendence energy. In the kinetic slot, I will be using, of course, kinetic weapons because it builds both the light and the dark transcendence energy. Now, the goal isn't to only get transcendence energy. It isn't to get transcendence as quickly as possible. It's just one of those side benefits that over time will have a payoff. I like to shuffle between my main 3, the Thorn, because this procs the Sever Blast on 2 headshots, the Hawkmoon to build up stacks for a potential one-shot kill, and of course, the old reliable Godroll Rose with Slice Shot, explosive payload. Those are my core 3 that never let me down, but there's other kinetic weapons that are just fantastic to use with this kit as well. I typically stick to the Cataphract GL because of Impulse Amplifier, and a little secret here to share with you if you haven't heard, if you get the blast radius to a minimum of 70, you can actually get a one-shot kill against players like you normally would pre-patch. Oh, the Sever Blast, my goodness. Usually I challenge that and I kind of like trade or die because they're already pre-firing, but I wonder if it throws people off when they get hit by that.